The moment is finally here. Texas and Clemson in the first round of the college football playoff. Did you know that these two teams have never met, ever? Well, they're going to get it on in a big-time way Saturday at Royal Memorial. Let's talk about it next. Hey, everybody. Brian Davis covering the Texas Longhorns for A to Z Sports. You know, if you followed us all year long, you knew that Texas had a really good team. But do they have a team that can win it all? Well, we're going to find out. The hardest game to win is supposed to be the first one. And we'll see if Texas can do it. Texas and Clemson, the Horns are double-digit favorites at home in the first round of the college football playoffs. Like I said at the top, first time these two teams have ever met. And it's going to be quite a memorable one Saturday at 3 o'clock at DKR. Who has the edge across the board in this thing? Well, if you look at it on paper, I still think Texas has some of the important edges at some of the key spots. Texas has a much better defense, much better scoring defense. They don't let you any score, but about 12 points. They don't let about 12 points a game. That's not very much. Pass defense is sensational, led by Michael Taft, safety, Anthony Hill, linebacker, Jahdae Barron, the Jim Thorpe Award winner, Alfred Collins up front. I mean, we just keep going on and on and on. Pass defense is going to be the key against Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik, a guy who's from Westlake. He's coming back home, going to play in front of his family, his hometown. But oddly enough, he's not playing against his hometown favorite team. The Klubniks, if you know much about them, their entire family are diehard Aggies, if you can believe that. His family, most of his family members grew up, they went to A&M, they loved A&M, they are Aggies through and through. So it's not like he's having to get all jacked up to play the team that, you know, he wanted to play for his whole life, because he's not. It just happens to be the same team that's in Austin, his hometown. Now, so much talk this week has been about the Klubnik versus Ewers matchup, right? The two quarterbacks. They met in the 2020 state championship game. It was not nicknamed the Dodge Bowl because the Westlake head coach, Todd Dodge, was going against his son, the Southlake coach, Riley Dodge, right? Westlake came out on top of that. Cade Klubnik had a huge day that day. Even he did it with a broken AC joint in his right shoulder, right? Had just a tremendous performance. Well, now they meet again. Klubnik and Ewers meeting again with a whole lot more at stake this time. Ewers is 25-8 as a starter for the Texas Longhorns. If he can win 4 more games, he will finish his career having won about 80% of his games at Texas. And obviously, if he can win it all, he puts himself on the Mount Rushmore of Longhorn quarterbacks. No doubt about that. Keys to the game, real quick. I think it's Trey Wisner. I think the running game gets back on track against a Clemson run defense that, quite honestly, it's just been so-so. They've allowed 150 yards per game. I think what we saw against Kentucky, what we saw against A&M, we're going to see it against the Tigers. Trey Wisner and the line is going to be out there. Kelvin Banks is healthy again. He talked to the media on Monday. He will be ready to go despite missing the Georgia game, the SEC championship game, with that ankle injury. Quinn Ewers, as we've talked about before, got rid of the brace. He's no longer wearing an ankle brace. He's good to go. The only player that they're not going to have, or at least someone who will be limited, is Isaiah Bond. But I think Matt Golden has done just a heck of a job there. And I expect Gunnar Helm, the tight end, to get more involved than he has been in the last few weeks. Gunnar Helm had to be brought in as a pass blocking to help Trevor Gooseby against Georgia in the SEC championship game. And Gunnar also admitted he dropped one ball and they went away from him, and that's just the way the game goes. So give me Trey Wisner, give me Gunnar Helm, and give me the Texas defense to have a tremendous day against Clemson. Again, a double-digit dog coming into Royal Memorial, a place that's going to have, my guess is going to be 105,000 packed in like sardines there. It's going to be amazing. Clemson did take their full allotment of 3,500 tickets, but it's going to be a mostly Texas home crowd. So you hear about what's going on at Tennessee and Ohio State. You're not going to see that here. This is going to be a burnt orange show through and through. Del Conte's promised drones. Pat Green is going to perform beforehand. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be everything that the CFP hoped and promised to deliver. And we're going to deliver all of the action after the game. A2ZSports.com/Longhorns. If you like what you've been seeing here on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Put the comments in the comments section. Pass me along a message. Tell me what you really think about how we're doing. It's been an amazing season. I think Texas still has a long way to go. A to Z sports.com/Longhorns. We appreciate you. I'm Brian. We'll see you next time.